Good morning again, guys. It's A.Rae of A.Rae.Vlogs. So I have a little bit of time. I've skipped coffee this morning because I don't want it to affect my reflux. I've had my breakfast of a piece of toast and actually made 2 eggs, so hopefully that will get me through the day until lunchtime. I noticed I got hungrier closer to 11, so I'm hoping I don't get hungrier before then. But I do need to stop at the store and get some snacks probably. But I said, I have a little bit of time, let's practice a little bit on the piano. Sorry, I had a burp. Ooh, okay. Sorry about that. So I said, let's practice a little bit of what I've learned so far on the piano of Yuruma's The River Flows in You. So let's get to it. Okay, why is there this sitting? I don't know. Must be one of my brothers. By the way, I'm not a fast reader, so the music sheets actually just help me follow along. Like I said, I'm not a very fast reader, so I just follow along as I go, just to make sure I'm not losing the measures, because there's some repeats in the song, which is why I need to follow along with the music. See, I already messed up because I didn't even know what I was playing. Okay, so that's what I've learned. That's the ending of the song, but those last two lines of the song, I'm still trying to flow it better with the rest of the song. But it's let's see, what time is it? Okay, I've wasted enough time. Time to go. Time to go to work, guys. Okay, guys, back in the car. It is trash day today, so I placed some trash into the trash bin, and sure enough, where I live, it's always infested full of ants. Anyways, I wanted to leave you guys with a quote for the rest of the day because I kind of recorded a lot, I think. I'm not sure. Who knows? And I'll leave you at a good time. School is let in already in my neck of the woods, but I still need to take pretty good, what do you call this thing? A route to get to work because it is gonna take me a while. Man, these guys drive faster in neighborhood. That's ridiculous. But the quote for today is this: keep practicing. Okay? If you here it's a quote but slash a riddle slash question, I guess you can say. It's music related, I guess. How do you get to so here it is, guys. I started before I even asked it. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Okay, that's the question. The answer is to practice, practice, practice. And it's very true. If you practice everything you're supposed to, you should do well. You just need to practice. You can there's points in life where you're gonna feel like you need to give up. But if you keep practicing, all that practice that you do will ultimately turn out in your favor, because as much as you practice now, you will ultimately bear the fruit of your rewards. Because that's how I feel every single time I learn a new piece of music. In this case, I'm almost done with it. It's just that I don't have that much time like I had before to keep on practicing a piece of music. Because back in the day, you know, when, like I said, when I was in school, I had to do homework, and then right after, I can do whatever I want. I could play video games or whatever. In this case, most of the time, well, okay, I take that back. I do play video games a lot, but I always ultimately choose to practice the piano. And it depends on what piece of music I'm trying to learn. Now, if it's a type of music that is classical, that's something I didn't pick, I got lazy. But there is some classical music that I have picked. This is after I finished up learning from my instructor, because at a certain age, I didn't need to be learning with him anymore. I just needed to keep practicing. So he taught me everything I could. He taught me everything I knew, and I just had to keep practicing what I needed to practice. So that is what I did. There is a point, like I said, when I was in high school, that we had some recitals, and it was kind of like a talent show kind of thing, but it's just mostly the pianos, and you could pick whatever song you wanted. And there was a point, I don't know which movie I heard this from. It was called Sonata Pathétique by Beethoven, but not the hyped up one, like the very nice and whimsical piece of his. And I said, you know what? I want to learn how to play this, and I'm going to learn it, but first I need to find the sheet music. So I went online looking for the sheet music. You had to pay for it, but thankfully I knew a classmate of mine from, I think, anatomy class, when I was taking anatomy back in the day. I think this was junior year. I can't remember. No, senior year. Had to be senior year. No, junior. Never mind. Anyways, so he was a pianist himself, and but he's had more experience than me, so he was already composing his own music without needing a keyboard. For me, I do need a piano or something to compose something. I have to make sure the sounds sound right. So every day I would catch him just writing sheet music down. So I asked him, hey, you know what? Have you heard about the music recital that's coming up? And you know, you've heard about it. So there's this one piece of music I want to play, but I don't have it. Do you happen to have this piece of music? And he said, yeah, I do actually, because so he actually went home because it turns out he has all these different music books, and he actually gave me a copy of the sheet music of that particular movement of that piece that I wanted, and I learned it on my own. And recital came. I did well. Actually, I did so well. I actually already knew how to play also another one by Beethoven called Moonlight Sonata, that the instructor who I was a PA for on my senior year, she also taught music appreciation, asked me, you know what, we're learning music, Beethoven's music, could you play a couple of the pieces that you've played for the recital for the class? I was like, okay. So it was a little nerve-wracking. I was still having stage fright at the time, and I performed in front of the class. Later on in college, when I got my music degree, there was a point where I had to join concert and jazz band, and sure enough, another teacher, different music appreciation class, asked me if I could help perform on the marimbas for the class, and I did. And then another time, what was this? I think it's the same class. He asked me, the project was, I think I had a project to do, a final project. And so for my final project, I chose the topic of composition. And I had just recently wrote a song, which I don't remember how to play anymore. I have to listen to it again. Which I wrote a song for one of my cousin-in-laws, well, second cousin-in-laws. The way he interacted with his child, his daughter, was just incredibly beautiful that I wrote a song about it. So I knew it was like last minute kind of a project, but I actually performed that song in front of my class at the time. And I talked to them about different composing and how the emotions come through it and blah blah blah. And when it came down for the forum where you asked questions and I gave the answers, one of them actually asked me, are you thinking of, getting signed? And I'm like, I would love to, but it's a dream that I know is kind of impossible, so this is just for fun right now. So it's true, it's just for fun. I would like, at the time, every person that writes music would love to be signed or to have their music, as a songwriter, but it's ultimately depends. But I don't know. Anyways, I've prolonged this vlog for too long. It's already over 12 or 13 minutes, so I can only upload about 15 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm going to continue driving to work. I will catch you guys again with another video. Bye guys.